Somebody's gonna build a wall, then smash it with a cannonball. Someone who somehow has got a gun will tell you who you can and you can't love. Some people keeping all the cash, they're gonna get away.
Someone Singing Along is a really sweet little song, and it's about the politics of the world, which is, I suppose, a little bittersweet, and talks about the problems that we all read about, I suppose, the way that the media or our politicians seem to try and divide us, to talk about our differences, to talk about our difference in our skin colour or our race or our religion or our sexuality and all these things that are forced down our throats that are supposed to divide us. Because as a musician, something very different goes on. I play concerts in different countries across the world, and whatever colour my audience are, or whatever sex or sexuality or religion, people seem to connect with the lyrics. And for me, I only see the similarities in people. So yeah, the song is saying that, you know what, if we all sung along together or realised our similarities, that we'd probably be happier and stronger and better off together.
California, hallelujah. You and me gonna live for today, girl. I'm the luckiest man in the whole world.
Yeah, I wrote California in California, and struggling to think of what rhymed with California, came up with Hallelujah, and it's. I love the song. It's dark. It's twisted in its kind of sonics. It sounds a bit like that soundtrack to the movie Drive with Ryan Gosling, and there's something to it which I really enjoy. But it kind of captures the dark side of California.
Savor the moment. You make me laugh out loud. You do.
I know Ed Sheeran through my management firm, who actually are owned and managed themselves by Elton John. So I can say Elton John introduced me to Ed Sheeran. It sounds pretty cool. And yeah, on the same management firm, his manager used to be mine. Long story short, Ed Sheeran and I went to Verbier in Switzerland to write. And in the day, actually, I taught him how to ski. And at night, he taught me how to write songs. And it was a real honour and a real privilege to write with him. He's a really down-to-earth guy and a phenomenal, prolific songwriter, really quick songwriter in many ways. With the speed at which he was writing, sometimes I just thought maybe I was just his secretary, writing down lyrics. But it's a very open song, and I was a real education in writing. He said to me, James, come on, you know, from your first album, what I loved about it was how open you were. And in subsequent albums, I've closed down a bit, not once to be so open. And he said, come on, let's say stuff about what's going on in your life now. Be really open, really honest. And so yeah, you can hear exactly where I'm at in my own life now with the song that I've written with Ed Sheeran called Make Me Better.
I'm feeling tired, move slow. I'm seeing faces glow.
Time of Our Lives is a beautiful song, and it really does capture that moment, I think, of when a couple get married, and in that room when all the eyes are on you, but really you just in a world together, and it's really touching. The idea was started by Ryan Tedder. He sent it over to me and Ed Sheeran while we're in a room together, and I fell in love with it. I said that, you know, it's an amazing idea for something that I think is really very beautiful and very special.
Yeah, I know I pulled a pin on your heart, but I lost sight of the target when you let down your guard. Should've run.
I've done a lot of writing with an amazing guy called Steve Robson, who produced the bulk of my third album, and he's a really close friend of mine. We wrote and recorded a song called Heartbeat, and it's got the feel that I would normally have, you know, me on a guitar, but it's got something more exciting going on in the verses. It's got real energy to it, and I wouldn't be able to categorize it, but yeah, it feels bigger, I suppose, than any kind of acoustic song that I normally would have written. And there was a time I really wanted to put this up at kind of the top of the album and say, yeah, go on, this is how I'd like to introduce it. But I've kept it for the end, and it's one of my favourites. It's called Heartbeat.
Let love be the reason for breathing. Let love be the light in your eye.
Along the way, I've also written with an amazing talent, a really fun person, an awesome person called Amy Wadge, who is a songwriter and a singer in her own right. and we managed to meet up here in London in a studio, knock out a few ideas, and one of them is the song called Paradise, which is really about the kind of the ecstasy of meeting someone, the ecstasy of someone, as if love really is kind of like a drug, and it's about that euphoric moment when you look at someone's eyes and know that you've got a connection.
There've been people that I've loved before, but they were something lesser, 'cause you love.
I think from the success of my first album, I've probably avoided certain topics and certain ideas, as I've realised that songs get judged, sometimes harshly, and as a result I've probably avoided certain things. You know, I think I'm contractually obliged never to use the word beautiful, and so it's been a struggle to be as open as I would like to be in many songs. This new album, The Afterlove, feels different. There's 4 albums now in the past, and it feels like I've started something new and something fresh. And for me, yeah, it's direct and it's confident and open in a way that I haven't been for a long time. And so, yeah, I don't know what anyone else will think about this album, but I know I really love it.